RWY and FFP Productions. We're with a legend, Johnny Nelson.
Nice.
How are you, mate?
Nice to do one with you again. At last, mate.
At last, we're finally here, and we're here for a cracker of a show.
It is a show. You know what? At last, they've got all the promoters in one room and bang their heads together and said, right, let's get this on. This would never, ever have happened unless you know, we had Seeds and got involved. Just put the money on the table, say, let's get it done. Now we've got fights. If you're a fight fan, you're thinking, I like this. And I'm saying, for many, many years, we've not had a bill like this where you're thinking, good fight. It's a good card.
Yeah. I think these are about as close to 50-50 fights as we've had in the last, I don't know, forever, really.
Well, of course, because you've got to look at the stage. All the fighters are on the stage, so every fighter knows they're on. So it's not like one fighter knows 2 weeks, 12 weeks before the other. Yeah. So now, this is what makes it good. This is what makes it juicy. This is what makes it intriguing. This is what makes it, that catches the imagination.
And none of them can turn up with excuses on the night because they've all had a 12-week camp.
Yeah.
Injury-free, hopefully. There'll be no excuses. The top of the bill, I think, I'm gonna put this out there, Johnny, and I'm going to say the top of the bill is the only fight on that card what ain't a 50-50. I'm going to go 60-40 AJ.
I'd probably 70-30. And the reason being is because I think Daniel Dubois is where AJ was. Daniel Dubois is having to learn his craft in public. He's going to have to take the criticism. He's had to take the praise. He's had to take some people saying you're a quitter. You've got quitting it. All these things. Being a successful professional fighter is not just about putting the gloves on and smashing somebody. It's about being able to deal with the mental pressure, the mental opinion, and the critics, and be able to block them out and get on with the job and still stay motivated. Now, Anthony Joshua's had to go through that ring of fire. And so he's coming out the other side now. He's saying, you know what? I no longer care what you lot think. It's now about me. He's had to go through that. And the loss to Andy Ruiz, that was a wake-up call. Came back, fixed that. Then the loss to Usyk, he's thinking that was a mistake. Came back, same thing happening. He's had to humble himself and go back to the drawing board and learn in public. And the public can be very fickle. And I call it out. It doesn't mean you dislike a fight. You've got to call out bullshit when a fight is bullshitting or doing something wrong from your experience. Now Daniel Dubois is in the same position. Daniel Dubois, I know they're saying his last 2 fights were good fight, great fights for him. The fight against Miller was a good fight for him because it tested his heart. Yeah. And Miller had actually never boxed really and of anybody of any substance up to that point. Yeah. Hrgović was a good win. It was a good win for him because he beat Hrgović, put the pressure on Hrgović, came through a hard slog to beat the fight out of Hrgović to cut his eye. So I think the last fight he learned a lot more about his boxing ability and his capability rather than the Miller fight. That was just about his heart. He thought, I can do this. You know, this guy's put me on it and put him under pressure. So it's interesting and intriguing.
Like you said earlier, the public perception of his heart before the Miller fight probably forced Daniel to really put himself out there. That fight, he proved himself there. The last fight against Hrgović is still staying on the line a little bit for me too much, Johnny.
You can't do that with AJ. No, because AJ, bar Deontay Wilder, is the heaviest hitting heavyweight out there. You saw, and I know Ngannou, it was only his second fight, but you saw how AJ knocked him out. He took him off his feet. Yeah. And Ngannou was known for wallflower. He's a big unit. Yeah. He took him off his feet. So when he took him off his feet, you know this guy can punch. Daniel Dubois cannot afford to let AJ hit him how Hrgović hit him. Hrgović shouldn't hit as much as hard as AJ, but Hrgović hit him a lot. Daniel Dubois cannot afford to let AJ hit him that hard because if he does, he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Yeah, but the undercard, every fight on the undercard, I'm buzzing for. Johnny, can't think of anything else to say for now, mate. But thank you very much for talking to us.
You got me.
God bless you, my brother.
Anytime.
Thank you, my man.
See you later, man.
Take care.